Welcome back to His Perfect Image podcast. Today, in the Hebrew word series, in episode 57, we will talk about the Hebrew word Avodah. Eden required cultivation and proper care, and Adam was put to work it in service and worship to God. Avodah is the Hebrew word in the Bible usually translated as work, but it can also denote service or worship. What the English language tends to separate, the Hebrew uniquely combines. Our work, no matter how ordinary it may seem, is a form of service and worship to God, and Avodah beautifully brings that message around. Leah Del Rey says in her article that the main end of our lives is to serve God, to worship Him in the serving of men, through service in the works of our calling work. Austin Burkhardt adds that God's original design and desire is that our work and our worship would be a seamless way of living. We cannot talk about work though and forget to mention the fourth commandment of observing the Sabbath and keeping it holy. In Exodus 20, from 9 to 10, it says, 6 days you shall labor and do all your work, but the seventh day is a Sabbath to the Lord your God. On it you shall not do any work, you or your son or your daughter, your male servant or your female servant, or your livestock, or the sojourner who is within your gates. I know that not many agree with me, but I believe that we are to observe the Sabbath, just like the Jews. This isn't just for them. The Jews also believe that Avodah is strongly connected to the concept of tikkun olam. They believe that through work we can help bring about a more just and harmonious society. By using our resources and skills, we can truly benefit others. At the end of the day, I will mention this the most important thing. We do not need to look any further than the cross to see the perfect example of Avodah. The whole life of Yeshua was about worshiping God. He journeyed from town to town to preach the good news, heal the sick. He taught the ancient paths, fed the hungry, opened the eyes of the blind, the ears of the deaf, and delivered people from demonic oppression. And in his last act, he took our place on that cross. And boy, was that the perfect example of what Avodah represents. To read more, you're free to come to the blog. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine on you and be gracious to you. The Lord turn his face toward you and give you peace. Until next time, shalom.